Hey guys, Liz here. We have a what sold video for the month of July in 2022. I know it's been a while. If you haven't already checked out, I am posting a video of where the heck I've been in the last 3 months. So after you watch that or after you watch this, maybe you can go ahead and check that out. So we are using Vendoo Analytics. I will have a link down below that takes you everywhere you want to go. It'll have my eBay, it'll have all the things I talk about in all my videos in one link, and you could just click on that link. It's called a link tree, and it will take you where you want to go. Okay? If you decide to sign up for Vendoo using my link, I do make a small commission and you get to save 20% off your first month. I think it's your first month, 25, 20, something like that. If there's any promos going on for the month, I will go ahead and put those down below as well. Okay? Fabulous. Let's get started. July was not great. Summer slowdown is in full effect. My method for July was to get everything out of the door. I didn't care what price it was. I ran sales like a crazy person. I dropped all my, I raised my prices because of the mandatory minimum promotion on eBay, promotion rate percentage on eBay rate was raised. So that told me that my competitors would all be raising their promotional rates to meet the new mandatory minimum. So I had to raise mine. And then I raised my prices to compensate for what I would be losing in the fees. But then I I dropped my prices 10% and offered free shipping, which took a while. Hey, it's a method. Okay, I've seen a couple people in YouTube land use this. It's definitely a method. It took about 3 or 4 days to kick in, but when it kicked in real good. And all that action really did get things going. So I do recommend it. However, I do delist and relist on a daily basis, which absolutely saved me this summer because of everything that has been going on. Again, if you care about anything that's going on, I have a video coming out shortly if it's not already out already. So this is Vendoo. We are using the analytics to take a look at my numbers for the month of July. So we're month to date and we are in July. I actually sold something like 2 minutes ago. That's not on here, so we can delist that in a minute. So yeah, we sold 70 items for the month of July. We only listed 32. Now, that's 32 new listings. That's not, I've been delisting and relisting almost every day. I want to say 80% of the month. I delisted and relisted at least 20 items a day. So when you delist something and relist it using that feature within Vendoo, the platform that you're delisting and relisting on sees it as a new listing. So even though we only listed 32 items and we sold 70, my sell-through rate isn't 200%. Okay. It's probably a lot less than that. And, you know, that's the only thing that kind of sucks right now is that my sell-through rate cannot accurately be recorded because of the fact that I delist and relist so much. Now, that's what I think. If you know different, please go ahead and comment down below so I can check that out and I can learn because I don't have an MBA, all right? I'm a graduate of the School of Hard Knocks, all right? So that's where we're at. My average sale price is down from the previous month, but honestly, let's go ahead and take a look at the year to date. My sales for last month and this month are actually comparable. They're right within $100 of each other. So I'm not too worried about that. For the year so far, I really did not think I was going to be at 13,000 for this year. which is, it's safe to assume that my total gross sales for the year of 2022 are going to be around 30,000. But I really thought I was going to be at 30,000 now. And I was trending that way if you look at March and April. But that just, it didn't work out that way. Again, if you care to see why, go ahead and check out that other video. Otherwise, we're just going to stick to the numbers. Okay, this is for the year. We don't want that for the year. We want to go back to the month of July. All right. And so our highest ASP, which is average sale price by marketplace, was tradesy and depop. And then at eBay and Poshmark are pretty much neck and neck. Mercari's there too. However, don't take this all too well because I really didn't sell that much on those. And so if we go down to number of sold items by marketplace, it makes a lot more sense. So Depop, yeah, I did okay, but like Tracy, I sold one thing and it just happened to be for $40. So it makes it look bigger than it actually is. This is what I go by, is my number of sold items. Mostly because I do sell a lot of pre-owned fashion, and not all of it is vintage. I like to stick to the vintage, but that pre-owned fashion is the bread and butter that is going to keep the money in my account so I can open up my vintage shop, which is going to happen. Dag nabbit. So let's go ahead and we're going to go over to inventory. And this is my active inventory as of right now. Now, I did sell something on Poshmark. On Poshmark. Do you care? Do you want to like delist it with me? Let's delist it. Let's get wild. Let's get crazy. All right. I have to print the ticket too. I haven't printed it yet. Did I delist that? I did. Okay. So we sold a Ralph Lauren belt. So what I have been doing to expedite the listing process is when I first, here, I'll show you real quick. When I first list something, that first 30 days, I only list it on eBay and Poshmark because those are my biggest sellers. So if it's going to sell within 30 to 60 days, it's going to, 9 times out of 10, it's going to sell on those two. So why put forth and waste my energy on relisting it or cross-listing it on other platforms if chances are it's going to sell on one of those two. But when it comes up for relist, delist using the stale, so if I go to stalest, it's going to show me which items are the oldest, essentially. Oh wait, I did alphabetical. There we go. And that's sold. We want to go active. Okay. But, there we go. What's going on here? So this is the item that I sold, and we sold this on Poshmark. I was asking 25. I took an offer of 18. Now I do use a helper with Poshmark, and so I send an offer. I think I wait 10 or 15 minutes. And I send an offer of either 10 or 15% off plus free shipping, which I know is a big deal on Poshmark. I think that helped drive some sales, but I noticed that I am getting a lot of offers before that offer even goes out. So all in all, it's the profit on this is pretty much the same as it would have been with the free shipping. So I'm not upset. So we sold it for 18. And I zero out shipping expenses because I don't count, especially with Poshmark, the boxes and all that, because it's, you use priority shipping. Okay, can you stop? Poshmark is going crazy right now. So I went ahead and marked it as sold. It gives you all your information. If we go back to our analytics, it'll reflect. Okay, see, 71 items. So let's get to the nitty gritty of what sold in the month of July. So we're going to scroll all the way over. I think we're like third page out. Now the first couple days the last couple days in June and the first couple days in July, I was sick and on vacation. I had COVID. So I wasn't shipping anything. I wasn't taking the risk. As of July 4th, I was officially like 10 days out from testing positive, and I tested the day before, so it was on July 3rd, that's Sunday, and I tested negative. So I felt confident in being able to ship without getting anybody sick. So this is what I sold. We have this Rowsley. Now this brand doesn't matter. What sold this was the price and the fact that it was vintage. This sold on, oh, see, that's not going to work. Okay. This sold on eBay, and it did not sell for 25. I think it sold for 20. 15 even. I took an offer for that, and I took it and ran. And the reason why is because I listed this on November 30th of the year before. So yeah, that thing definitely needed to go. We have this Zara bodycon dress, and this also sold on eBay. This actually sold to someone within the state of Florida, so they got it like next day. They sent me an offer of $12. I accepted it. My cost of goods on this item was really, really low because I got it in a giant bulk buy. So yeah, that's the way to go. So this took just under 2 months, a month and a half to sell. And I did have a lot of lower offers. This was the highest of the offers that came through. And it's just a nice little bodycon dress. The thing with this particular dress was that it was a TikTok favorite. So a lot of people were purchasing the dress because of TikTok. But this thing left nothing to the imagination. So if you didn't have a body that you were super confident in, then it didn't go well for you. Shorts. We talked about shorts in my previous video. I bulk bought shorts for this summer, and this is why. Shorts saved me this summer. So you'll see a lot of shorts coming up. We're not going to look at every single one. This one actually sold for, I think, more than what I had it listed for because of that whole playing with the prices on eBay. So roundabout, these prices are what I listed it for. I didn't sell any of the shorts for less than $15. So when you see a short, you just know I sold it between $15 and $20. Okay. Let's not go crazy here. So Banana Republic chinos, when it comes to Banana Republic, I try not to purchase anything that is, the factory, because the standard Banana Republic, now when it comes to the factory, I think it's like a line or like 3 little stars or 4 little stars under here that show you that it's Banana Republic factory, or I think it even says factory on there. Okay. So chino shorts, classic. They were good condition. Keep it moving. American Eagle shorts in smaller sizes in American Eagle do sell. Shorts in bigger sizes sell even faster and for more money. So summertime, if you can get your shorts for a low enough buy-in cost, then go for it. Otherwise, you're not going to get a ton of money, but it's $15-20 all day long. So, you know, this torrid dress, I had my eye on for a while, and I finally got it. I ended up spending $5. They wanted a lot more than that. This sold for $25 on Poshmark. So that's good. And this took about a month, a little less than a month to sell. And now bear in mind, that was a month for it to sell, but there was like a solid 2 weeks where I was on vacation mode. So it probably would have sold a lot faster if I was around to sell it. Again, shorts, Zara shorts, I think always sell really well, especially if they have some kind of graphic aspect to it. This also goes for BB, B-E-B-E shorts, or Bibe, however you want to say it. They will sell well if there's sequins or anything like that, or if they're like stylistically different in some way. Otherwise, standard Zara shorts aren't going to sell for more than maybe $10 or $12. Okay, Armani Exchange. Again, if you get it for a low enough buy-in cost, you're good as gold. American Eagle. Again, We've got some Free Planet sustainable denim, which I think is what sold this. This actually, she sent me an offer after I sent her an offer, and we had kind of gone back and forth for a while. But these ended up, I think, for 18. Yeah, these sold for 18 on Poshmark, and I was happy with that. That was an offer. And my buy-in cost was really low on that. The Riverdale faux leather biker moto jacket I actually had for kind of a while. So we listed this in March. Yeah, so this took 4 months to sell. I did have other offers on this, but were sent like not right away, but a couple weeks in. And so that kind of, or no, like a weekend. So that kind of made me think that I should wait for a while, and then I ended up waiting 4 months to sell it. So I wasn't happy with that. I had it listed a lot higher. I had it listed like $30. I took an offer for 17. I was fine with that. Like, keep it moving. Remember, this month I was taking offers like crazy. This sold, I think, right away. Yeah, so I listed this. Okay, so it took 2 months. It felt like it took a lot shorter than, again, you know, the couple weeks, but this one sold for $35 on Poshmark. This is plus size vintage, and it's very just like Golden Girls. The thing that sold this is A, the size was plus size, B, it had the belt, and C, like this kind of silhouette where it's the flouncy, the like flouncy top and a more structured, it's still flouncy, but like, you know, the larger top and smaller at the skirt, which is very, very typical of the 1980s and early 90s, is selling right now. That kind of like 1980s weird librarian look is a thing. So, yeah. All right, let's go to another page. Okay, so this is a linen tasso elba shirt. The reason why I purchased this is I got it for a really good price. It's linen, it's colorful, and it's a good size. So all those factors stacked together, quick $15. I listed it and it sold within a month. Where's my coffee? Do you guys hear those dogs barking? I'm so sorry if they bother you. I live in the hood. And people just let their dogs like roam the streets here. And so like they're probably chasing my cat, to be honest with you. But I digress. Oh no, she's in here. I think she's sleeping on the couch. Yeah, she's on the couch. She's okay. All right. So this was actually given to me. It's a Peruvian cotton crochet smocked set. I think I sold this on Depop. Oh no, I sold this. She actually gave me 2 sets, one in pink and one in blue. And I sold the pink one a couple months ago, and I just sold the blue one. But this was here for, what brand is that? I don't know. But I had this listed for a while, as you can see. So that finally sold. We're scrolling down. Should we just like go from top to bottom so I don't make you like go dizzy? We the Free, and then I always put We the Free People because We the Free and Free People are the same brand. Is that cheating? Probably. But it's okay. It's okay. So this plaid sold. It had a rough hem, really cute. Now what was really cool about this is that it was like double insulated. So even though it's just like this kind of linen-y, flowy shirt, it's actually really, really warm. That's probably why nobody in Florida wanted it. So this sold on Poshmark, and this was part of a bundle deal, so the pricing is a little weird on it. And then we sold these Levi Strauss. Now, these Levi's signature, let me show you the label. This is actually a Walmart brand. I didn't know that. I saw Levi's and I grabbed it. It has distressing on the front and back, which is intentional, skinny leg, whatever. It was a good size 16. I snatched it and I sold it, like, I think for about probably what Walmart was asking for it. Hey, fine by me. This tote bag I actually bought for myself. Isn't it adorable? But I never used it. Like, I love it so much, but I just never used it. So we went ahead and sold it. And Trades of Hope is they employ, you know what, I'm not even going to go there. I had it listed for 25. I sold it for 18. I'm happy with that. I think I bought it with like Poshmark credit that I had. So that's another thing. If you use the code LLCreative when you sign up for Poshmark, when you purchase your first item, you get $10 and I get $10. So if you feel like buying stuff, LL, the letter L, and the word creative, will get you $10 off. So American Eagle Outfitters, again, like I said, I'm selling all the shorts between 15 and 20 bucks. I didn't take any offers for lower than 15. So you can kind of count on that. Again, American Eagle, distressing was a thing. Bleaching is a thing. These are all features that you want to look for. This brand I never saw before. I looked up comps. Comps looked really well. And when you watch my not what sold, but my haul videos that are coming up, you're going to see how I'm running comps a little bit different now. But the comps looked good. I listed this for 20. I took a lot less. What did I take? $14.40 for it on eBay, was it? Yeah. I actually had this listed for a while. So the listing was created March 25th. I listed it in April and sold it in July. And I listed it because of the fact it's a swim top and I wanted it up and out of here, but it didn't quite work out that way. I was actually a little disappointed. I thought I was going to get a lot more for that. Vintage LL Bean. Again, I thought I was going to get a lot more for this too. I was looking forward to listing this. I listed this in winter, thinking I would sell it in winter. Yeah, see, I listed this in around Halloween time, and it took forever to sell. And I think the reason for that is because I didn't have the size. Maybe the pictures are bad. I don't know, but vintage LL Bean is supposed to sell and it didn't. And I came across a lot of vintage LL Bean this week and I left it just because, I don't know, I'm not feeling good about it. I feel like some people can sell it, and I'm one of those people that cannot. This is a vintage Robe. I think what sold this is like the really cute little appliques and the fact that I geared it towards bridal. So I actually listed this as vintage bridal. And this sold within a month, less than a month. It sold for $17 on Poshmark. This is my kids. It's just a Nike t-shirt. I think it was on, yeah, $12. I mean, that was that one thing I sold on Kidizen. It wasn't even any of the kids stuff I sourced. Oh God, it's been, I know you guys are probably feeling the pinch too. Some of you guys are doing really good though. I pay attention to like the Facebook groups. Some of you guys are doing great. I was so glad to sell this because it's so cool. Look, it's a like marathon runner and he's just like passed out. He's like, okay, I'm done. This sold on Depop for $30. Thanks, Depop. And we have, okay, these I've had forever. These are one of the things that I was like so shocked it finally sold. And I probably would have donated it at some point, but I don't know. I went through a phase. You see this little word right here? I went through a phase where I was selling so many of the dolphin shape athletic shorts that were kind of like flowy as twerking shorts because everybody was going to these twerking classes and they were doing great. For some reason, I could not sell these. To save my life. And I finally sold them on eBay for $13.50. Get out of here. Bye. This was another thing I bought that I thought was really cool. The brand ended up being like a more expensive brand. This ended up being like a really kind of expensive shirt. And so I fought with it for a while, but eventually it sold for $20. I'm super happy with that. I really thought the whole yellow submarine thing was going to kind of pull in the Beatles lovers, but I think the size is kind of what killed it on that one. And then I sold a Halloween mug for negative. I know. I spent 6 cents to send this to someone. I paid for the shipping. It was part of that whole, like, you get caught up in discounted shipping and all this other stuff. And after I sold this, I mean, I learned my lesson. I sent the mug. I got my good, my 5-star review or whatever. But as soon as I sold this, I went through and I took all my hard goods off of free shipping. So now I know that no free shipping on hard goods unless I'm going to jack up the price. I was so glad that this sold because this thing is so rad. It's a vintage, I want to say 1970s, 1980s Miami Dolphins. Look, the original logo. Duffel bag, like gym bag. It's so, so rad. I had seen a similar bag with a different team on it that sold for around $65, I think on Grailed or something like that. So I went ahead and I priced this around like $65.70, I think it was, and it sold for $62.40 on eBay. I was really excited about that, and I know they love it. They already gave me my 65 is what I listed it for. So this Oscar de la Renta cable pullover, whenever it's a staple, it's not like a really fancy Oscar de la Renta anything. But I had this listed for quite a while. I listed this last year and I finally sold it. And again, it was Oscar de la Renta. I was listing it in wintertime. And it's a staple piece. Like, it's just a nice cable knit sweater, nice thick cable knit sweater. So I really thought like it was going to fly, and it didn't. It sat, and it finally sold in the middle of summer for $15. But whatever. I spent $4 on it. I made my money back. Now I could take that money and use it towards something else, right? Right. So now we're looking at this gold tank top. This actually was donated to me in the beginning of the pandemic. I listed this and it sold, and it took a year. What was weird though was that the same girl that donated this to me donated a bunch of like biker stuff, and her stuff all sold right away. Excuse me. Like super fast. So, and I have no idea why this sat for a year, but it did. Go figure. These overalls, I was kind of like, it was one of those things where the offer was a lot lower, but I took it. I had them listed. They're Hollister. They're not that like in demand or whatever, but they're shorts and they're overalls, and they have distressing, and it's a recognizable brand and a good size for that brand. So all those kind of factors stacked together is the reason why I purchased this item. I ended up selling it for $22, which isn't that bad. Like, if you think about it, it's not that bad. So just keep it moving. I really thought I was going to get more like $30 for it, but I'm not going to cry over $8. This was completely trashed, and I'm so glad I sold it because it's so rad. It's complete. It's like a vintage 1950s, 60s silk robe. And what is the... Do I not have a picture? Oh my God, that's right. I forgot. I don't have a picture of the label in this one. My photographer forgot to take a picture of the label. But the brand is called Golden Bee. Now, Golden Bee silk robes, vintage, that are in great condition, get good money. Oh, leave anyways. But I ended up getting, I think like $20 or something for it. I think it was like $10 to be honest with you. But I was just glad to see it go. My cost on it was super, super low. What did yeah, like $9.50. And my cost was $1 and change. So we probably broke even on that. These, again, were purchased in a bulk buy, so my buy-in was really low. They had a ton of pilling. I just kind of went over it with a sweater shaver, and they came out great. I got really good feedback on it. Sold for $18. And then I had purchased a bunch of young, fabulous, and broke items on retail arbitrage like last year. And this is the first item to sell. So needless to say, like, I learned a lot about what is selling and what isn't, and why things are sitting as long as they are. And I am approaching August with a different mindset. And I'll get into that, what I think I'm going to do for August. Actually, you know what? No. When you watch the um, hauls that I did this week, you'll see exactly what my plan. This, I was so bummed. This got to her with a small chip on in the glaze, but this was actually sold to the Museum Dallas of Art. So cool, right? Tiny little pinch pot, and it's marked 1978. Who knows? Maybe they're just using it in the office, or maybe it's part of a display. But she said that she was able to fix it. But I was really bummed out that it didn't make it well. But $18, I really wanted more for it. But money is money. Let's get the cash flow in. Again with this thing, you know, you t-shirt bros are wearing me out, man. I finally just got rid of it. After being accused of dry rot and all this other stuff, and I made videos showing that it's not dry rot and blah 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 blah. I finally just got rid of it. It's sold on Depop for $67.20, and the buyer paid shipping. Where are we? I had purchased 2 of these in retail arbitrage. J. Crew, kind of like, I guess it's like a jacket, shirt, dress. Why was that so hard to say? One sold right away. I think that was the size small that sold right. Oh no, the size medium sold right away. And then the size small took a while to sell. Why did I click out of that? Y'all must be so sick of me. I'm sick of me. So I had it listed for 40. I went ahead and sold it for 30. This sold on Facebook Marketplace. The original one I think sold on Poshmark, and it sold right away. The first one. This one took 6 months to sell. And my mannequin's a small, and this is the small on the mannequin. I don't know. She seemed very happy with it though. That's all that matters. I aim to please. These were given to me by a friend. She gave me a bunch of like her daughter's clothes and bows and all this other stuff. I had these listed forever. They were in terrible condition, but because of the kind of boho styling on the heel, I thought somebody would be really into it. So I just kind of put them up there for whatever. I didn't even research the price. They ended up selling for $7 on Poshmark. I'm fine with that. I hope the little person who's wearing them loves them. Then we have this Coach Nubuck belt. This I actually got at a yard sale. Really very simple and nice, but it is labeled Coach on the inside, as you can see right there. And I sold it for $18 on a offer from Poshmark. Oh, I sent the offer. Look at that. That's fine by me. If someone were to hand me $12 to go pick up that belt for them, I definitely would have done it. So that's how I see it. This is Barefoot Dreams. I was so excited to see this. This is my first time finding Barefoot Dreams, and I paid full price for it, I think. Did I? Oh, no, I paid half price. Oh, no, that is full price. No, that's half price. I paid half price for it. Even better. So I was really psyched to see this. I kind of was going to keep it for myself, but then realized, like, I live in Florida. Like, it's too dang hot. So I listed this, and it sold within 2 months. Barefoot Dreams is like one of those brands that everybody talks about, and I was so excited to finally find it for myself. This I bought because it was rad. Oh my god, look at that. Isn't that cool? Honey Punch is not a popular brand. I had this thing listed forever. I listed it in March and it sold in July. Yeah. I don't recommend picking up that brand. I just thought it was so cool. I couldn't leave it, man. Somebody had to have it. One of my customers had to have it, you know? It's really cool. This I actually originally purchased for my son. It's a Kenzo Sweatshirt. And after looking at it, I was like, man, that's really, really feminine. Because I was like, he's hip. He's cool. He could pull off pink. But it was too feminine. My husband wasn't vibing it. I wasn't vibing it. So I sold it. And we sold this for $52.65 on eBay. Kenzo is a luxury brand. They do all kinds of clothes, but their kids' clothes do sell high and fast. So yeah. And I did purchase that secondhand too, even though I had that little taggy thing. I did purchase that secondhand. So we got the shorts. Again, we don't need to talk about shorts all day long. And then we already talked about those. All right. So now we have a lot of this stuff down here is like bundle deals because I was kicking butt on Poshmark with the bundles, man. I tell you. So this is just a strap, no brand, no nothing. I put in the measurements of how long it is and all that other good stuff. It has metal hooks, and so anybody can use this for a purse, for luggage, their laptop case, whatever. And so that's sold. And then this little wooden duck goose thing that I got at the bins was covered. It wasn't this color. It was black when I picked it up, and it was sticky. So I took like Pludge and just cleaned it up, and it seemed to clean up all right. This sold for $12. Happy with that. It cost me like nothing. So I was happy with that. And then this I purchased eons ago. I don't even know when I listed. This is like one of the first things I ever bought to resell. I listed, and it took forever for me to list it. It was in my death pile for easily like 2 years. And I listed it last December, and it finally sold. And it sold in a bundle. Stella and Dot is a good brand. I just don't think, I was thinking when it came to like travel containers, do people really need travel containers when nobody's traveling, really? I mean, people are traveling, but not like they used to. It's a mess. Anyway. This little banner sold. I picked this up in a bulk deal, so it was like nothing. And it sold in a bundle also. Really very cute little promotional paella recipe banner thing. It sold for $11.50. Leave anyways. What else do we have? Where are we? These were also given to me. Really nothing. I mean, this isn't a brand that you should pick up. Okay. This sold literally like same day. I listed it on the 20th. A couple hours later, it sold on Depop with an offer. I think I put it up for $45 and it sold for $38.50. I actually had been waiting for this shirt at a thrift store to go on sale because I knew nobody would buy it. It's super, super tiny. But it's fabulous. It's so fabulous. You saw that print. And so, I don't know. I couldn't find anything on the designer, which is stuffed shirt. And it's got this like, it's actually like a rooster. I don't know. It's weird. I love it. But yeah, it sold same day. I'm super, I probably could have gotten more money for it, but whatever. Somebody's enjoying the heck out of it, as they should. These are my old shoes. I bought them a half size too small, and I think I sold those, I don't know, like $10, whatever. They're gone. This actually is what sold on Tradesy for that $45. If you remember, we saw that earlier, the $42.10. And shipping was $8, so I made $23 on it. This was part of that bulk deal, I think, too. Or maybe not. No, I think this was a thrift store find. Okay, and then, are you guys totally bored with me? So we've got the Lauren Ralph Lauren jeans. I actually pick up Lauren Ralph Lauren, especially in larger sizes. And these also happen to be vintage. So I was actually surprised that they lasted as long as they did. I really thought they were going to sell faster. They sold within 2 weeks. So I thought it was going to be one of those wham bam thank you ma'ams. But I also did take an offer of $15 on it, which is probably what made it sell, to be honest. Oh, yeah. So this was part of a bundle deal too. The Intimately Free People I've had listed forever. And I just took it's like a drop waist scroll dress thing. It originally came in like blue, white, and I don't know, like pink or something. I had the white one. I'm just glad it's gone. This London Times dress was a gift like a donation to me. This was also part of the same bundle. I think it was like each item ended up being $15. She was super ecstatic. It was a little tight on her, but she said that she would make it work. This I bought actually pretty recently. Vintage looking and so retro and actual vintage Abercrombie and Fitch. So go ahead and hop up on Google and look up vintage Abercrombie and Fitch label. And there's some money to be made there, especially if you could find it cheap enough at the thrift store. Sold this for $27 fairly quickly, within 2 weeks, it looks like. So I'm super happy with that. Coffee. I hope you guys can't hear me swallow because I hate that. All right. This Cheshire cat. I actually sold this months ago and I forgot to delist it, so I resold it on accident. So it's there. I had to zero this out because I had to cancel the sale. So actually, let's do that now. Oops. So yeah, now our numbers are a little more accurate. Okay. This is a sheer vintage bed coat. Really cute. That's the back of it. I don't have a picture of the full front. The little tie front there, really adorable. Vintage, 1970s, 80s. I had it listed for $45. It sold for $20. I'm fine with that. And it sold within a month. Then we're getting up onto this week's. This is part of that bundle deal too with those two dresses. White House Black Market was given to me. It was part of that whole deal. So it sold for just over $15. This I had for a while and I'm so surprised that this took forever to sell. The brand is Knit Minded, but I want you to see how I determined that this was actual vintage. Made in the USA on a paper tag is usually a very good sign that the garment you're looking at is from the mid to early 1990s or before. So based on the style with this kind of like knit crochet vibe going on, it's stretchy and it's more of a bodycon dress. Then I was able to determine that it was from the 90s, which is vintage. So I'm vintage too. These H&M jeans I had actually bought for my son and they didn't fit him. They were too big, and so I just popped them up on grailed and just let them sit there. They literally sat forever. Look at that. Over a year and 5 months to sell. So yeah, let's title this video "What Not to Buy to Resell" if you're looking for a quick flip. These Isabel Marant boots, I thought for a second I was going to be cursed. And finally, they accepted the sale. I've sold these boots no less than like 5 times in the last, I don't know, since I bought them. So the last time I listed them was in January. How old is this though? Yeah, I don't know. But they finally sold and shipped and accepted and all that good stuff. All the damages on there. I found these at a thrift store and was like ecstatic because of how well they sell. These usually in good condition could get you closer to $300 or $400 if you find them. They're just little booties. But Isabel Marant is a very good brand to resell. The retail on it is high and the resale on it is really high too. But make sure you're just looking it up. Those just happen to have a lot of damage to them, like to the suede and stuff. And so they got a little less. Look, I listed it for $350 and that was below average comps. I ended up taking a much lower thing on it because I've had them for a while. So yeah, I listed these in January. I could have sworn, yeah, but I've sold them multiple times and they get sent back, eBay, they don't fit, whatever, that's fine. I'll take it back here every time. I don't care. So this I bought because it was rad. And then I looked it up And there was only like a couple that had sold within the last like couple years. Look how cool that is, man. It's a terry cloth robe, but this graphic is just so dope. I was kind of upset that I sold it. But it sold within what is that, 11 days? So yeah, that's pretty dope. So less than 2 weeks, it sold for $68.80, which was actually half of my asking price. And I went crazy on the asking price because I was not upset if it didn't sell. So this I had forever, this Givenchy button-up shirt. I got this at a thrift store, $4, whatever. I sold it for 24. I'm happy with that. But it took forever. It took, look at that, 6 months to sell. And the thing is too, every time I would delist, this sold immediately after I relisted it. And every time you put up a new item on websites like Grailed, they have to authenticate it before it goes live. So it had just gone live, like they authenticated it. It had just gone live and this guy scooped it up. So all good by me. This rest of the stuff is actually stuff that sold this weekend. So you can get a little glimpse at my poor weekend sales. Like all you guys that are selling like 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 items this weekend, I envy you. I really should have been there, but you know, life. This is 100% linen, Banana Republic kind of, it's almost like a tunic, sleeveless, or not sleeveless, collarless tunic. I had it listed for $25. I took an offer of $20 and free shipping on it because I was running free shipping on Depop at the time. And so I made a couple bucks. I'm happy to have it gone. It was a very nice, very good condition, but it's also the end of summer, even though it's long sleeve. It's towards the end of summer. We're getting into fall. This is not probably around the time it would have sold like at full price, but I'm not going to split hairs for $5. You know? Liberty of London is one of my favorite J. Crew lines to sell. It does take a little bit longer to sell, but it always sells. So I've had a dress. I had a dress that was damaged that sold within 2 or 3 weeks. This shirt sold in a couple months, I think. Yeah, a month and change. Sold for $38 for a used shirt. Like I think that for a used J. Crew shirt, you know. Liberty of London is actually the company that makes the fabric, and they're known for like this kind of micro floral, bright, colorful. My mom, when she was a buyer for Gimbals, I think she said, or when she was a buyer for JCPenney, she purchased a lot of Liberty of London fabrics. Or items that were made with their fabrics. It was like a thing back in the 70s and 80s. I just sold this today. It's a antique book. I put everything in there. I don't know a ton about books, okay? It's not in the greatest condition. I sold it more so as like a display piece than an antique. I don't know what the buyer's intentions are with it. But I got it at the bins. I just couldn't let it, because, you know, like, when you go to the bins, like, that's it. Next stop is the trash. I couldn't let this go to the trash. So I picked it up. It's 50 cents. I sold it for $15. This Polo Ralph Lauren cable knit sweater sold on Depop, I think. Yeah. And this has to get shipped out too. This was listed for about 2 weeks. It sold for $40 and I paid shipping. This Silence and Noise harem style kind of jumpsuit thing. Super cool. Love it. This sold for $27, which I gladly took that offer. And it sold within, look at that, 8 days. We're getting better. We're getting better. The new stuff is, you know, better. But like I was just selling a ton of the old stuff. And I think it's because I was sending out so many offers. And like really, really low offers. So people who liked things from before and I was just starting to like delist and relist things. So I don't know. I think it was just like kind of a perfect storm to start moving some of that older stuff, which I was really happy about. And then I wasn't listing anything new. So if you're not listing anything new, you're not going to be getting the new sales, you know? This is a gold label. So when people say Victoria's Secret gold label, vintage Victoria's Secret gold label, this is what they mean. The resale on this has plummeted because the market is just completely flooded. So like today I came across a little camisole with like pink stripes on it. That was the gold label, and I left it just because I think they wanted like $5 or $6 for it. And right now the market's not calling for that. So if it goes on sale, I'm not spending more than like a couple bucks on the gold label. And the way I see it is like, especially if it's at a thrift store, like someone's going to pick it up. You know, someone's going to use it. They're going to love it. It's going to be fine. But if it was something like it was at the bins or something like that, I'm definitely taking it because this doesn't deserve to sit there. This I did pick up because of the fact that it's longer. It's a little bit different than the usual camisoles that you see, and it's more colorful. So this sold for $20. Not upset with that. But that's about the average going price for gold label right now, is between $15 and $20. If you have a more plain piece, you're going to get more like $15. If you have something like that, really colorful and floral, you're looking at $20, $25. But anything over that, it used to be, I have it listed here for $35 because that's what you used to be able to get for it, $35 and up. If you had like long gowns, I sold a long burgundy satin gown, gold label Victoria's Secret, to someone, I think it was in like Finland, something like that, for almost $200 after shipping. So, you know, it's got to be a substantial piece. You know, if it's just kind of a mousy one color solid thing, I would leave it unless you're getting it for pennies. So this is what sold today. You guys already saw it, sold for $18, and that's only there because I edited the listing. So yeah, that is it. That is what sold for the month of July. Now let's talk about August really quick. If you're still with me, please go ahead and hit the like button. Please, 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 because I got kids to feed. Oh God, I was so beggy. Anyway, so August, I'm going to run a lot less sales. I think I'm going to run a really good sale at the end of August. But I am adjusting the way I shop. So I used to not care so much about sell-through rate, because I always subscribe to the thought that everything is going to sell eventually, you know? But now I'm thinking that I am going to factor in sell-through rate and like, okay, when I run my comps, I always would go on Poshmark and eBay and see what the average cost of, or not average cost, but the average price, gross sales price they were selling for, and whether or not I could make like 4x, 5x, 8x my money. And if I could, then I would purchase the item. On eBay, you get a good kind of idea because it gives you the snapshot of within 90 days, whether or not it's sold. Poshmark, you don't really have that option. You just see if it's sold or not. You can kind of guess when it sold by the last time it was shared, but some people do share their sold listings too. I don't know why, but they do. So you don't really know when that item sold. So I was buying things and sitting on them for 6, 8, you saw, a year and a half, not understanding why this stuff isn't selling. And it's because that's the average sell-through rate for that item. It's just, I wasn't looking into it. So now moving forward, and you're going to see this in the haul videos, I'm looking at, even if I am only going to triple or quad or double my money, am I going to sell it fast enough to keep the cash flow coming through? And am I going to sell it for high enough? And I'm going to see how that works. You know, let's see. So I pulled back pretty much all my sale items. I do still have a bunch of stuff on eBay that is free shipping. Again, it's only clothing that's free shipping right now. My print-on-demand t-shirts are paid shipping, and all my hard goods are paid shipping. And so far, that's working out well. So As I delist and relist items, those items are going back to calculated shipping when I list them, because I don't list them under free shipping. So we're going to see how that goes. We're going to see how this kind of playing with sell-through rate versus whether or not, like, I'm going to make enough money on it. So perfect example, like those boots. I looked at the sold comps on those boots for 400, 450. They sold brand new for between $700 to $800, depending on the website that you bought them on. But if I ran those comps again, I could see that those sold months after they were listed. So would I pick up that item again? Yeah, because the price was, that's a substantial difference between the $12 that I invested versus the $120 that they sold for. So I 10x'd my money, but I 10x'd my money over 6 months. Would I do that again? Maybe. I don't know. So that's where I'm at with August. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up on your way out. Go ahead and subscribe if you'd like to. I got a couple of more what sold videos coming up for you. And I also got some of the haul videos for you as well. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you. See you later. Bye.